My grandfather always told me to embrace the changes that life brings. But it wasn't until last spring, on my 10th birthday, that I truly understood how very difficult change could be.
Whoa, Bess.
There you are, Felicity.
Good morning, Nan.
Mother's been looking for you.
'Tis a beautiful morning for a ride, don't you think?
Gentlemen do not sit astride a horse.
Oh, Nan. Says who?
Gentlewomen do not sit astride a horse.
Yes, ma'am.
Felicity, help me with the apple butter, please. Today is your 10th birthday, and you're growing into quite an independent young lady. It's time for you to take on more responsibility.
Cooking is so much work. And afterwards, it's all gone.
It is true. There's nothing left that anyone can see, but it gives me great pleasure knowing that I provided for my family. I want you to be a notable housewife when you grow up, one who gains pleasure by doing things for others.
Hello, everyone.
Grandmother! You arrived!
Oh, my precious children. How have you been?
Quite well, Grandfather, but Felicity was riding astride a horse.
Oh, well, it is her birthday. I suppose we can't forgive her that, can't we, Nan?
Lizzie, hurry quickly to the store. If I'm to bake your favorite cake, we'll need more sugar.
But Grandfather just arrived.
Grandfather needs to rest before dinner, and you need to run to the store, young lady.
Straight away, Mother.
Father. Good day, Felicity.
Oh, steady, steady. Yes?
Good afternoon, Marcus.
Afternoon, Miss Felicity.
Good afternoon, Ben. Is Father here?
Good afternoon, Miss Felicity. Your father's in the counting room. Could I be of service?
A cone of sugar, please.
They're all rather provincial, I'm afraid. That's the most beautiful shade of green.
It would make a splendid ball gown.
Ball gown? What use would a ball gown be in this place? Probably don't even know how to dance.
We have grand dances here. Felicity Merriman.
Merriman, the shopkeeper's daughter.
Yes.
I beg your pardon, Miss Merriman. But I doubt you have the kind of dances we're accustomed to.
Lady Templeton's Christmas Eve ball is the grandest in all the colonies.
I'm sure it is. Come, Bitsy.
In a moment, Annabelle. I'm Elizabeth Cole.
Pleased to meet you.
You must forgive my sister. She woke up in a disagreeable mood several years ago.
Shall we go, my dear?
Father, this is Felicity Merriman.
I'm pleased to see our Elizabeth has made a new friend. You see, we've just arrived from England.
I'm ready, Father.
Miss Merriman. Elizabeth?
It was a pleasure to meet you, Felicity.
And you, Elizabeth.
Oh, is this Mistress Merriman?
Father.
To what do I owe this pleasant surprise?
Father. Mother's baking a ginger cake for my birthday.
Oh, Ben, you know that our Felicity's 10 years old today.
Congratulations, Miss Felicity.
May I stay and help Ben and Marcus?
Oh, there's really no need.
Oh, but it's no trouble.
Felicity, you really must learn to listen.
The answer was no.
Lady Templeton. Oh, what a pleasure.
Mr. Merriman. And Felicity. Oh, I hardly recognize you.
Today is Felicity's birthday.
Well, that explains it. Well, I must say, you are growing into a fine young lady.
Thank you, ma'am.
Are you practicing your dancing?
Felicity is really not much for dancing. She'd much rather spend time at the stables.
Oh, speaking of which, can you have your man bring round a sack of oats to my house?
Well, certainly. My apprentice will be delivering a bit and bridle to Jiggy Nye at the tannery. I'll have him stop by your home directly afterwards, madam.
Jiggy Nye doesn't deserve a horse, much less a bridle. I do believe he beat his last horse to death. He's a cold-hearted scoundrel, if you ask me. But let's not waste our time on that.
Ben! May I walk with you?
If you can keep up.
I would dearly love to be able to wear breeches.
Beg your pardon?
Breeches, like yours. Gowns and petticoats are so bothersome. Small steps are supposed to be ladylike, but they don't get you anywhere. What are you laughing at? You should try to wear a petticoat one day. You'd see.
You are a strange child, Felicity Merriman.
I'm not so much younger than you, Benjamin Davidson. I'm no child.
Men in petticoats.
Sometimes it's very tiresome to be a girl. There are so many things you mustn't do. You mustn't walk too quickly. You mustn't talk too loudly. You mustn't be impatient. You're so lucky to be a boy. You can do whatever you like.
Can't do whatever I like. I'm an apprentice. I have no freedom.
How silly. Of course you have freedom.
Not to join the militia. Till my contract is up with your father, I must work in his store.
I'd gladly trade places to work in Father's store any day.
Good day to you, miss. Here.
Smells enough to make your hair curl.
Hold still. Hide what you're still wearing.
She's a splendid horse.
Aye. Thoroughbred, I'd say.
Look at her color, like a bright new copper penny. That's what I would name her if she were mine. Penny.
The fire monster!
She's a wild one.
No, not wild. She's independent.
Try it! I'll beat the fire out of you! You beast, I'll beat
What are you doing to her?
out of you!
Stop!
Hold it!
Don't do that!
Hold it!
Stay back.
Run, Penny! Run!
You wretched beast! Get away with you! You spooked my horse!
You spooked the horse yourself!
Oh, what do you want?
Got the bit you ordered from Master Merriman, sir.
Give it here, then!
To wait for payment, sir.
Oh, you are you? Well, keep your blasted bit! And get away with you! Before I shoot you! Shoot you for trespassing!
Penny was tugging at the rope, trying to get away. But then the horrible Jiggy Knight raised his whip.
Felicity. Sit.
Thank you, Rose. Nye was such a decent fellow. 'Tis a shame indeed.
As I recall, no one knew horses as well.
Then his wife passed on, and he began drinking.
Perhaps we could choose a more suitable mealtime topic.
You're quite right, my dear.
Felicity, your father and I have a surprise for you.
A surprise. May I have one?
It's for her birthday. Now that you're 10, we've decided it's time for you to begin your education.
Oh, am I to be apprenticed like Ben? Oh, shall I be working in your store?
Goodness, no. You're to be educated as a gentlewoman.
I don't want to be a gentlewoman. I do.
You'll have your turn when you're 10. Felicity, your lessons will begin in 2 days. You will be educated by a very respectable lady named Miss Frances Manderley. She will instruct you in penmanship, dance, stitchery, the proper way to serve tea.
Tea? Lessons on how to serve tea?
A lady's manners are judged by the way she serves tea. My mother brought her best teapot with her when she came to Virginia from England. She used to always say, the king himself would be at home at my tea table.
I don't see why anybody would want the king at their tea table.
I beg your pardon. Ben, I wonder if you would be kind enough to escort Felicity to her lesson.
Aye, sir.
Why do I need an escort?
A young lady does not arrive unescorted at a gathering. Thank you. And a young lady does not constantly ask questions.
Why not? May I try your
Only a soldier can use it in case of emergency.
You're no soldier.
I will be someday. This is serious business.
A little whistle.
Soon it won't matter if you know how to serve tea. It'll be too expensive to buy thanks to the king and his ridiculous tax.
You'd best not say any disrespectful things about the king in front of Grandfather.
Disrespectful? Is it not disrespectful of the king to tax us without listening to our voices? How I envy them. To be able to fight for our independence.
Grandfather says nothing is worth going to war over.
The ability to govern ourselves is. Here we are at your lessons.
Next Tuesday.
Enjoy your tea.
Did you enjoy that?
Miss Merriman? Miss Felicity Merriman? May I present Miss Annabelle Cole and Miss Elizabeth Cole?
Felicity. Hello, Elizabeth. Annabelle.
We're taking lessons with a shopkeeper's daughter?
My father's store is the finest in all of Williamsburg. Probably in all the 13 colonies. The King of England himself.
Ladies, your parents have entrusted me with the important task of preparing you to take your places in society. Our time together will be pleasant and civil. Understood?
Yes, ma'am.
A gentlewoman must behave perfectly at the tea table, both as a hostess and as a guest. Now observe, young ladies. Miss Cole, would you care for tea?
Thank you, Miss Manderley.
Milk or sugar, Miss Cole?
Milk, please. Thank you, Miss Manderley.
Would you care for tea, Miss Cole?
Yes, please. Thank you, Miss Manderley.
Milk or sugar, Miss Cole?
Milk, please. Thank you, Miss Manderley.
Miss Merriman, would you care for tea?
Yes, thank you, Miss Manderley.
Milk or sugar, Miss Merriman?
Milk and sugar. Thank you, Miss Manderley.
Would you care for a cake or a biscuit, Miss Merriman?
No, thank you, Miss Manderley.
Miss Merriman, you are not drinking because you are thirsty or eating because you are hungry. The tea and biscuits are offered as a sign of your hostess's hospitality. If you refuse them, you are refusing her generosity.
Yes. Thank you, Miss Manderley.
This does bring up an excellent point. One may not wish to drink tea all afternoon. There is a polite way to show you've had enough. You merely turn your cup upside down on your saucer and place your spoon across it. And the correct phrase to accompany this gesture is, "Thank you, I shall take no tea."
Thank you. I shall take no tea.
Ladies,